Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this lovely, lovely day. My name is Meg Hawkins, and I'm the Director of Libraries here at the State College of Florida. Please join me for a round of applause. I'd like to thank Senator Galvano and the city and county representatives that are here today. So thank you. There are so many people to thank for this new library. The list is a little long, and I would hate to make it sound like the Academy Awards, but I would like to personally thank the following people. Former Director Tracy Elliott, Library Architecture Consultant David Moore from MPS, George Theron, Jinky Abnanila, and Ted Williamson from Williamson, Dakar & Associates. Cutler Associates, and the many, many contractors and subcontractors who worked on this project. Our own SCF facilities and IT departments, the SCF Foundation and its Board of Directors, the SCF Board of Trustees, past and present. And lastly, I'd like to thank the SCF library staff from all three campuses, both current and past, who've contributed over the years to our students' success. Thank you. Our first speaker helping us celebrate today is one of our own hardworking SCF students, Jose Diaz.
Good morning, fellow students, faculty, and community members. My name is Jose Diaz. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our new library and learning center. I would like to take this time to recognize the efforts of all those who made this possible. Thanks to each and every one of you, our students at SCF and the surrounding community have a safe space in which we are able to study, develop our creativity, and surround ourselves with bountiful knowledge. My fellow students, I invite you to enrich yourselves with new literature, research a foreign culture, or discover a passion for art, with the help and guidance of our librarians and our ever-expanding technological resources made available to us by SCF. As I stand here sharing this moment with you, I'm reminded of my favorite quote from the book series Harry Potter, when Dumbledore says, "Differences in habit and language mean nothing at all if one's aims are identical and one's hearts are open." You'll be surprised at how closer and similar the world becomes at the turn of every page. I hope you join me in exploring the great benefits that this new library provides for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. I'd also like to extend a welcome to the representative from Vern Buchanan's office as well, so thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce our Board of Trustees Chair, Mr. Rick Hager.
Wow, it's been a long time coming, and it is absolutely gorgeous to see this library and resource center. I'm going to go a little bit more specific on some of the thank yous. When I first came on the board a little over 5 years ago, two individuals were working on this project early on, and that was Carlos Baruf and Charlene Neal. And they sort of sized it up and did a lot of the preliminary designs, and thank you so much for what you did. The building is absolutely stellar. The last 5 years, we've been working with our local delegations, and Cassandra and others have been working on our foundation donors to raise the $20 million that it took to build this building. I remember when we did the groundbreaking, and we said, you want $20 million to build a library when the students have got this? I mean, what are you doing? Well, if you haven't been in the building yet, you'll see it. There are study rooms, there are Microsoft hubs. The technology in this building is just absolutely first class, and anybody around here can come in and use it. So we would invite you to come and use the building. With that, I want to thank the board of directors who helped us go up and raise the money, but most specifically, I need to thank Representative Boyd and State Senator Bill Galvano, who shepherded the money through the legislature, and obviously the governor for signing the appropriations. So we want to thank them a lot. Our delegation was supportive all the way through, and we thank them as well. So with that, that's all I have to say, Meg.
And now our very own Dr. Probsfield.
Thank you, Meg. Good morning again. This is an exciting and memorable moment in the history of the State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota. I'm Dr. Carol Probsfield, the very, very proud president of this institution, and we have been waiting for this day for a long time. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to be officially opening the most significant building to be built on this Bradenton campus in half a century, our new Library and Learning Center. The Library and Learning Center is now the focal point of our SCF Bradenton campus. Faculty, staff, students, and the community will gather here to share ideas, thoughts, and experiences for many years to come. This incredible new facility is the result of collaboration on many levels and over several years. We've watched this building rise from the ground over the last 17 months, but as with any vision, the process began long before. My sincere thanks goes to everyone who helped to drive this project forward, to advocate for its funding, and to imagine what our Library and Learning Center could be. We're grateful to the state of Florida for appropriating the funding for the project, and especially to our local legislators and alumni, Senator Bill Galvano and Representative Jim Boyd, who worked hard on behalf of our institution to guide the funding successfully through the legislative process. Public funds allowed us to build the building, but it took the work of our SCF Foundation and our generous and dedicated donors to turn this building into the technological marvel that will provide countless benefits to our students and to our community. The new Library and Learning Center demonstrates how efficient and effective we are with our resources and the return on investment that comes from an investment in the State College of Florida. Chris Wellman and the SCF facilities team masterfully managed this project to completion on budget, and despite a slight Hurricane Irma delay, within our time frame. They managed this project at a cost of $267 per square foot, saving the taxpayers of Florida $2.6 million, or 15% less than the statewide Department of Education construction average. Meg Hawkins, yes, that deserves applause. Meg Hawkins and our library team, in conjunction with their many student-focused groups, added the imagination to dream the dream of what a modern library could be and should be for the students of today and for those in the future. Their dream has come true. The technology that lives in this building is incredible, which means that Carla Lauer and our IT staff have done a remarkable job managing the installation of many systems and the training necessary to put those systems to their best use. I also want to thank the following individuals who played a critical role in bringing the SCF Library Learning Center to life. Rick Lentz and the staff from Cutler & Associates, the project's general contractor. Ted Williamson and staff from Williamson Dakar, the LLC's architects. David McMillan, library consultant with McMillan Pardon Smith Architecture. Ron Wiley of GFA International, the building code administrator, and Fire Marshal Eric Center of Cedar Hammock Fire Department. And now, the time that we've been patiently, and maybe at times impatiently, waiting for, I'd like to invite Trustee Rick Hager and Library Director Meg Hawkins to join me to cut the ribbon to officially open the new State College of Florida Library and Learning Center. This is an exciting day. It's a proud day for me, but most importantly, this is a big day for the State College of Florida. This is the most significant building to have been built on this campus in half a century, and it will be the focal point of this campus for years to come.
Well, clearly, one of the things that you've done with the leadership team that you put together is to make this not just a library. It is truly an integral part of the campus as a learning center. The technology advancements in this room alone are tremendous.
Well, the idea with this library as we were looking into the future was how do we create an area where we bring information, technology, creativity, and experience together in one place, because that's where real knowledge is going to spark from, and I think we've created it.
Well, aside from the sheer architectural beauty of the facility itself, you've incorporated something that is truly a learning center on both floors of this beautiful building, and in doing so, you saved money. You know, this is a tremendous asset for the college.
Well, the amazing part about it is when you think about a building is bricks and mortar, but what brings this building to life is the technology that's inside. And it was the generous donors of the State College of Florida who made that possible. So everything you see from the laptop labs to the 270-degree visualization studio to the sound stages and the editing rooms are thanks to the generous donors who supported the State College of Florida.
And that's part of the overall mission under your leadership for the State College, is to make the State College of Florida a truly great experience for all the students and faculty that are here. And this is truly just another one of those assets. All of the campuses within SCF, Venice and Lakewood Ranch are beautiful campuses, but this adds an added impact to all of your campuses.
Well, truly it does, and it's about return on investment. Return on investment for our students and their investment in their education, for our donors who generously provide us with their resources, to the taxpayer who supports what we do as an institution. Our job is to put out the very, very best that we can for the students in the community.
And, you know, Dr. Prosfield, if this wasn't enough to have accomplished this in a very short 17 months completion and ready, open for business, and has been open for business, you're not resting on this. There's other plans in the works for more that are going on at the State College. Can you just share some of that with us?
Absolutely, and thank you for asking. We have a number of things that we're working on. When you turn 60, things start to need a little bit of work, and so on this campus we have a couple of buildings that need to be replaced or added to. One is our studio for the performing arts, and that is an area where we're currently housing our our percussion suite, for example, that has a terrazzo floor, and the instructors and students have to wear earplugs when they're practicing. It just doesn't meet the need anymore, and we need to replace that with something that actually meets the need for the program. And our Health and Human Performance Center, the gymnasium that we're currently using, was built in the 50s and the early 60s at a time where they didn't envision that women would participate in sports. So it no longer meets our needs, and we need to replace that facility. So those are the next two things we have in our site, where we will be looking to the community to help us raise the funds. The Studio for the Performing Arts is a $3.5 million building, and we've already raised about $1.2 million. And we recently received our very first gift for our Health and Human Performance Center. So we're on our way. And this Library and Learning Center was just the first step to show the donors and the generous people of our community that if you trust your money with us, we're going to make it go a long way, and we're going to make you proud.
Well, Dr. Profiles, if I must say, under your leadership and with the great team of people that you have around you, SCF continues to evolve and grow and become even more of a vital part of this community. So as you look around today and you feel that pride and excitement of opening up the Learning and Library Center, what is that one thing that you want this community to know about the importance of SCF as it continues into the future?
Well, SCF is vital to our community. Not only are we producing student graduates who are meeting our workforce needs and are going on and completing their degree, but we're a center of arts and culture. We have our jazz band set up here that's going to be playing music shortly. We have an art gallery that has a display today from our faculty artists. So we are the center of community for so many reasons, and we contribute to the quality of life in this area. So SCF is that jewel around which the community can really gather and thrive, and we just want to create more things like this Library and Learning Center to bring the community together.
We're here with trustee Rick Hager of the Board of Trustees for the State College of Florida. Mr. Hager, you look around today, this is really a momentous occasion. What does it mean to you to open the doors and dedicate the new Learning and Library?
Charlie, as you know, I'm an alum of what was then MJC, and I think that, quite frankly, for me to see this technology here at this campus is stellar. It is what we were about. I still recall when I left here and went to the University of Florida to continue my degree, I had to repeat 6 hours. Well, today's dollars, that's $3,600 because we didn't have the technology on this campus for me to complete the classes that I needed up there. So that's a savings to the students. So this facility is without question state-of-the-art library and resource center.
And I remember, when the groundbreaking was here, which seems not that long ago, and you were talking about the fact that, libraries need to change. They need to reflect the times that we live in. And I believe you held up something that demonstrated what the libraries of the future are going to be.
For our students, these are the libraries because they can research and do everything they need to do on their cell phones or their tablets. Inside this facility, we have, I think it's 3 to 5 Microsoft hubs, which are just phenomenal pieces of equipment, and I think that's the classroom of the future. A faculty member can come in on the screen, he can write on the screen, and have the students there witnessing what's going on the screen and participate, and then they can download it into their tablet when they're done. So the technology is just absolutely fantastic in this building.
Well, Mr. Hager, let me ask you this, if I may. One of the key things in getting any building, much less a beautiful building like this, is the development of partners, the work with the legislature, the community to fund such a thing. You talk a little bit about how this building got built.
Sure. This building has been in development for probably 7-8 years now. I think some of the original designs took place well before my time on the board. When I came on the board, Carlos Baruf and Charlene Neal had just finished some of the original conceptual design and layouts for the building. We had downsized it from some of the original plans, and then it came time to find the money. And that I was a part of, and I will say this, our legislative delegation, led by Representative Boyd and Senator Bill Galvano, came through for us in a big, big way. Thanks to Representative Boyd and Bill Galvano. Without them, we wouldn't have this building.
Well, another key element of getting the partnership built to make this building happen was the work of the State College Foundation to kind of equip and put some of this technology in. So what do you think about the foundation's work and the community's support of that?
The foundation, obviously, in the legislature, you get points when you put up money. And the foundation's obligation was to raise over $1 million, and they did that. And thanks to the community who supported that, with the many dollars that came through, whether it be, and I don't want to start. I know Selby was in there as always, along with many other foundations and organizations within the community that supported that money that we had to raise locally to match.
Well, another element of this is really a part of a community now. All of the campuses that SCF have, the Venice, the Lakewood Rand, they're all beautiful campuses, they're all very modern. But this really adds, and the architecturally, how it fits in, how it's really part of this campus is remarkable.
Yes, and we have a community room in here. We have our 3D studio. We have our production development for video production, along with the learning, the labs where you can go in classrooms, group studies, and do it. It's just a phenomenal building.
And one final question for you, Mr. Hager, if I may. This really adds to the value that SCF continues to provide to its students and the faculty that are here. What would you like to say about what this will mean to students now and into the future?
It means that for me, I go back to they're getting the first class education right here with our facilities. There's no reason to go anywhere else and to worry about going someplace else. You can go right here and get a very high quality education.
Daisy Vulovich, and I'm one of the Dean of Academic Affairs here at State College of Florida. And truly, today is a remarkable day for us in academic affairs and for the State College of Florida history as we open our new Library Learning Center. And I'm here with the Director of Libraries, Meg Hawkins, and I know this is an incredible day for you.
This has been a long day coming. We're very excited. This is where we can have the vision of what we started out with 8 years ago when we started doing charrettes with students, interviewing students, observing how students were using the old space and we weren't meeting their needs and what did we need to have. And then when we were working with the architects and the consultants in planning the space. And so our vision is to take a step back away from a book warehouse. We didn't want to be that. We wanted to be a third space. We wanted to have spaces where students could study independently, collaboratively, with technology, but have access to the best resources for their needs, whether it was traditional formats, whether it was online formats, whether it was collaboration and primary that they were doing, all of that.
You mentioned students, but this facility is so much more than just for SCF students. Tell us about how the community and businesses will also be able to reap the rewards of this facility.
Well, that's the other thing about being a collaborative space is that we didn't want to be isolated. We wanted to deepen our connections with the community. So the community, if you have a public library card from Manatee or Sarasota County, bring that. We have you get a card that will work with our system over at security, and then the community can come and participate, check out materials, have access to our resources in the building. So that's something that we want to do. And I think coming forward, we're going to have programming that will engage the community, whether it's local or businesses. We have 3D printing. We've got some other media creation areas that are downstairs. So I think this is an opportunity and a platform where we're just going to go forward and be able to deepen our relationships with the community as well.
This is also exciting, and it certainly speaks to the fact that this is more than just, as you said, a book warehouse, although we're standing in what seems to be probably the most furnished bookshelf area, if you will. What is this space out here actually for?
So these are our traditional collections, but we've done is spread them out. We've integrated seating within them. We've got face fronts for the displays so that we're more like a bookstore. We encourage students to bring food and study here. We don't want them to have to go to McDonald's to study and get Wi-Fi. We want them to be able to do that here. We've also created seating areas in low, medium, and high. Students can sit in the art books or in the business books or in the leadership books when they're doing their research. And then they have access to the technology, whether it's making use of the Microsoft hubs that we have downstairs, working with digital conferencing, or just using the Wi-Fi or a laptop that we check out to them.
So I can truly immerse myself in whatever subject it is that I'm engaged in at the time. But the thing that excites me, I can actually come to the library and talk and eat. And what would Sister John Bosco say at this point? That's really a very unique approach, isn't it?
What we've learned is people learn in different environments. Some people need very, very quiet. So we now have a college archives room that doubles as a silent reading room. We have study rooms for groups of 4 or individuals. We have larger group study rooms that are for 8 to 10. We have open collaborative spaces. We have seating that's powered in the hallways. Some people like to study in quiet. Some people like a buzz. Some like it a little bit noisy. We even have an outdoor patio where yesterday I saw a student who had her shoes off, drinking her coffee, but she had her laptop open and she was working on her class assignments.
And isn't that what we want to see? Students engaged in the learning process and not having to leave the campus to do it. This is truly going to be the hub of our institution for a long time to come, isn't
I really
it?
hope so, and my goal is that not only students and the community, but administrators and staff have meetings here, have trainings here, so that we can really have a synergy and meet the needs of the entire community, college community, academic community, and our local community as well.
Well, you know, one of the things we have coming up in just a few weeks is Kids Spring Break, where we're going to be having kids from all over the community here during that last week of March for their spring break. And so I hope that we can maybe take a minute to bring those future SCF students over here to take a look at what we've got.
We better start collaborating and figure out how that's going to work.
Okay.
And the Kids Summer Spectrum. We're anticipating that might be an opportunity as well.
Well, we love collaboration, and certainly this building is a reflection of the collaboration over many years that the community, the faculty, the staff, wonderful, generous donors have taken to make today a reality. And I know for someone who has worked so hard on this has been Meg's life for a while. Congratulations to you and your team, because it truly is an awesome facility.
This is when we get to do our real work. Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you, Meg. I'm so excited that I have found some students who have so readily volunteered to talk to us a little bit about their impression of our new library and learning center. John, tell us what you think about this place.
I think it's easily the nicest building in this campus. It's welcoming. You walk in and it's just like there's so much stuff right off the bat. Coffee, computers, everything. It's right there for your use.
Coffee and computers under one roof. Wow, I love that. Brad, what's your impression?
It's very clean, and it's a lot of accessibility. There's a bunch of outlets for computers and phones, and there's a lot of space for students to sit.
It is neat. I think one of the things they really did a great job on, don't you think, is the furnishings in the building. I mean, I love the fact I'm always running out of juice. Having a place to plug in my cell phone or my computer would be great. Let me ask you, since you're both students here, what are you working on?
Right now we're just working on like science work, stuff like that.
What are you majoring in?
I'm gonna try to major in art for architecture and see where that goes.
And Brad, what are you doing right now?
Currently, I am focusing on psychology homework.
Okay. That I'm interrupting?
Not that much.
Okay. And political science, is that what you think you're going to be majoring in?
Yes, I plan to go to a 4-year university after and major in political science.
So one of the things that was really neat, when I sat down, I asked them, what they were doing and how they knew each other. And they have known each other since elementary school. So did you all know you were going to come to SCF?
Yes, we plan to come here together.
Okay. And so how long have you been here?
It's our second semester now.
Okay. So what advice would you give to a student who's getting ready to come to SCF? What's one piece of advice that maybe you wish someone had given you that you could turn around and give to somebody else? Brad?
Make sure you do your homework and just pay attention in class.
Oh, as a dean, I love to hear that. Yes, doing your homework is a good thing. What about you, John?
Do not procrastinate. It will end you.
You know, people pay millions of dollars in taking courses to get this kind of advice. So straight from the horse's mouth, if you will. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I do apologize because I am interrupting their time and their homework to do this. But we so love that you love coming here and that this facility will hopefully meet your needs. And thank you very much. Good luck to you, Brad, and good luck to you, John. And thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Directors of State College of Florida Foundation, they were successful in partnering with community leaders and foundations in our community and personal individuals. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our Vice President of the Board of Directors, Mr. Mike Fuller, and a Board of Director member, Mr. Chris Romine. These are two representatives of the Foundation Board of Directors that worked hard over a 2-year period to raise $1 million for all the technological and audiovisual advanced technology that is workforce driven in our community.
Now, Cassandra and gentlemen, this truly is a state-of-the-art facility. It took a little bit of insight and focus to find out how do you make a library something that's going to be used in the future. So tell us a little bit about the work and the technology that went into this facility.
Well, there are 6 Microsoft Surface Hubs that are a wireless, very large, I would say, computer system where a student that has an iPhone, iPad, their own laptop computer can hook up to that as soon as they walk into the sphere of the Microsoft Surface Hub. There also is a full immersion visualization theater, and there is a TV and film production studio as well as a gallery. So we have those spots, you would say, that are non-technological involved, and then we have those that are high-end technology that are really driven by what employers want out in the workforce of Manatee and Sarasota counties.
Yeah, if I may, Mr. Fuller, Mr. Romine, let me just ask you briefly. You know, going out into the community and raising funds is no easy task, and no one does it better than Ms. Holmes here. But what kind of response did you get from the community as you move forward?
Well, I think that the community is all about education, and they know that this is our community's college, and if you want to give back and make an impact in your community, giving back to the school, to the State College of Florida, is a fantastic way to leave a legacy. And it's hardly a library, right? It's the technology. One of the ironic things that when we walked in and did the first tour, I thought, gosh, are we going to be able to teach all the students all this new technology? Who's going to do that? And in reality, the students came in and started doing it right away. They were teaching us. So it's a fantastic gym for our community.
And Mr. Romine, what kind of reaction do you see, have you sensed today from the community as they come into the facility?
Proud. We're very proud of our community, and I'm very proud of the school. I came here when it was MJC. I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but I'll tell you what, then and now, you will never find a bigger collection of dedicated, passionate teachers. I today work for a Fortune 500 company, and I credit this institution here for the education that I got that moved me forward in my career. So when we're out talking to the community, they sense our passion about State College of Florida.
Absolutely.
And finally, Ms. Holmes, the State College of Foundation is an integral part of the State College of Florida. You've helped on so many projects, so many scholarships. What would you like this community to know about the State College of Florida Foundation?
I would like them to know that it is a partnership. We sing with one mission and one voice, and that the State College of Florida trustees and the State College of Florida Foundation directors were united in raising funds up to $940,000 for a one-to-one match for those gifts over $10,000 or more. And that was a very united front where donors could really sense that high return on their charitable investment. We encourage anyone that is thinking about investing in a capital gift to still have those conversations with us, because we are raising funds for a $3.5 million studio for the performing arts, in which the directors, congratulations, have raised 1.2 so far, so they have a remaining 2.3 to complete. And we just completed our first gift to our $9.5 million Health and Human Performance Center. So there's so much to embrace and be a part of State College of Florida's environment and our naming opportunities as we're raising capital in this wonderful region for your local higher educational institution.
Commissioner Whitmore, we're here at the beautiful new Library and Learning Center on SCF's Bradenton campus. Tell us what your impression of this is.
Oh, I just toured around before anybody got here. I got here a little early, and it's absolutely fantastic. The public can come. There's many computer stations. What I really like are the different areas throughout the whole library where you can sit by yourself. There's glass all over so you can see nature. You can see the quietness of the campus and study. It's actually the most beautiful library I've been in many years.
Well, SCF has, done wonderful things on this campus, and they explained it as this is truly a part of the community. It's not the traditional library anymore. It's blending technology and books together, so it really is an addition to SCF's mission.
I 100% agree. As a former graduate of SCF, I got my nursing degree here, and I'm very proud to see that everybody was able to come together and fund this. I heard there was a lot of state funding, and I thank our leaders in Tallahassee for helping out, amongst other funding that they got. But I just can't wait to go in and come in one day when all this hoopla is gone and come and enjoy it myself.
Well, one of the clear things, too, is this library is like a look into the future of how libraries can be. Manatee County is very active in providing resources for their libraries. Do you see anything here that you'd like to see perhaps incorporated into Manatee County's public library system?
Our next library is going to be out east in the Lakewood Ranch area, and I'm hoping that the people, the powers that be, will come and look at this and maybe mimic some of the great structures, the ideas they have. I just hope they do that, because this is a good example of what we could have out east.
Well, one of the great things about SCF, aside from their Bradenton campus, the Venice campus, the Lakewood Ranch campus, is they're a very important part of this community. What do you see as the important critical need here in Manatee County for SCF?
I think just probably getting our community behind this. I think today's another good example of where we all should collaborate and work very hard on working together to see things like this come to fruition. I just can't wait. I'm very proud of the leadership at State College of Florida for pushing for this, and I'll do everything I can to support them.
wonderful investment in our community. I'm really impressed by the high-tech library where you can actually bring coffee into the library. Kids today, they got to have their coffee in order to study, so it's great.
Well, as you look around today, they've incorporated a lot of technology into this facility. So it's not just a library with books anymore, but it's really a true across-the-board learning experience.
Absolutely. They have rooms that you can go into, you can plug in. Everybody needs to plug in with their computers because that's how they're learning today. And they have so many resources available to them here. I think it's great.
Well, Manatee County has a very robust and active library system. And, there's plans on the books for new libraries for Manatee County as well. Would you suggest that some of the things that are incorporated here might be beneficial for future Manatee County libraries?
Absolutely. We can learn from what they've done here. They've also acknowledged that this will be open to the public at times, that there will be access for the public. So I think that's wonderful, and people need to know about this library. A quiet place to come and study, that's what people really are looking for, I think.
Well, as you look around, SCF continues to be like a really vital part of this community. This is a wonderful building, but they have a wonderful campus in Venice, one at Lakewood Ranch. How important is SCF, to Manatee County?
Yeah, not only that, they have their collegiate school where so many kids can attend and actually come out with a 2-year degree, which is a wonderful advantage. And to have that kind of a resource here, along with it being a community college, people can get a great start here for a whole lot less money than going to a 4-year school to start with. So it's a great resource. So many people have worked with them to make sure that the kids are getting the kind of education they need to be able to get today's jobs, and that's really important for us.
And one of the key things that was brought up in the opening remarks is this really has been a kind of a public-private partnership to build this school. The foundation, whose donor wall you're standing in front of, raised over $1 million. The state legislature came through. It just shows like a kind of a win-win situation as this building was completed.
Absolutely. It's how we do things here in Manatee County. I saw the Kiwanis Foundation provided money for books for a learning center, a small alcove here into the library. So very proud to see that.
Well, that about wraps up our wonderfully momentous occasion here at State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota, where we have opened the newest facility on our campus, the Library and Learning Center. Books, laptops, coffee, quiet space, meeting space, visualization studio. Wow is all we can say. And not just for our SCF students who first and foremost need a place like this to engage in the learning process individually and in groups, but moreover, again, remembering that we are your community college, having a facility that truly embraces the community and workforce needs, and inviting everyone to come in and tour the facility and become a member of the newest way to engage with SCF and be a part of the SCF proud family. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you here at State College of Florida.